It's a Swiss ball. From Switzerland. You get 1/2 hour for lunch. The rest of the time is spent doing homework. All eyes. All ears. Heard that, Mr. Cameron.
Have y'all little gorgeous Gorginas ever thought to yourself, I wonder if there's an episode of Degrassi where they pay homage, parody, or even spoof a show or a movie? Yes, they actually do, honestly. It is season 3, episode 316 of the Next Generation saga of... I'm gonna get ahead of myself. It is a very interesting episode, to say the least. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like it. I personally really liked it. It's a really, different side of Degrassi, and I honestly kind of wish that we would get a little more of these episodes because, every time we get on here, they're, constantly throwing stuff at us, and that's totally okay, but sometimes it's nice to just hang with the crew, you know what I mean? So, Take on Me is the literal definition of that type of episode. So, let's see what the gag is. So, this Degrassi episode starts off with Ellie healing from her struggle with self-harming, unfortunately, and this is related to the struggle and situation she deals with at home. Her mom's not really the best person. I have to rewatch the seasons because we kind of just doing this out of order, whatever. But I believe her mom has a drinking addiction and is also really abusive and stuff like that. So yeah, doesn't really. Anyways, so
your mother's fine. She's under control. There's my girl. Come on. Keep that smile, okay?
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Mom, you okay?
Don't make a scene, Eleanor. Just shut up, smile, and leave. Oh, there's...
Ellie's dealing with that really crazy hardship that she's experiencing at home, and even more shittily is at this time when I saw this, I was going through some hardships, especially, and this episode really spoke to me because, I was kind of experiencing the same thing, and it was nice to see, even if it was a non-real aspect of it, but it was just very helpful for a child in need who was kind of lost in limbo and didn't know who to talk to. So Ellie was there for me, and she showed me the little trick with her rubber band, and the episode does a lot of foreshadowing on her just kind of doing her thing with it to release that stress of hey, I can't do this anymore because I'm hurting myself, and B, we need to find other outlets. So she did the little rubber band trick, and I cannot tell you how life-saving that was, especially as a kid. And I didn't really even have access to the internet a lot of the time, so going to my grandma's house and seeing this Degrassi episode, period. Anyways, aside from my sad, unfortunate experience right there, is walking into the detention room, and I believe it's being held in the cafeteria or something, and everybody that's in there is Jimmy, Hazel, Sean, Ellie, and Toby. So we have, I believe that's 5 people and stuff, so it's the exact amount of people that were there in the Breakfast Club squad. So we'll be able to differentiate who is who when it comes to who they're trying to portray in the Breakfast Club and stuff like that. So the principal is dressed like a total tool, and he's actually dressed like the OG principal from the original movie, Breakfast Club. And we see that Jimmy, Hazel, Sean, and Toby are all just kind of really anticipating and not really excited to see him because he's kind of the worst principal, and yeah. me and all my homies like hate Principal Raditch. He sucks. He was even in OG Degrassi, and if y'all know, he has way too much blood on his hands for being literally so reckless. It's crazy. And everything, like not everything, but a lot of the time situations were avoidable, and he just chose to be like, whatever. So yeah, Principal Raditch is kind of a hard ass. For those that don't know, buckle up, because there's going to be some moments where he's going to be like pissing you off, okay? And he gives them a list of rules that are all like personalized to each of them.
Welcome to detention. No talking. No chewing gum. No getting up. No feet on the table. No doing your nails. No eating until I say. There's one bathroom pass which you must carry with you.
Hello, bozo.
And it's just like really funny because like, what the hell, you know? So he gives them the list of rules and he leaves and he goes and like does his thing or whatever. And now the boys are like doing their thing with like Three Stooging it up in there, and they fall on each other and they try sneaking out of the detention room, and they're trying to like undo the thing with what do you call it? Like the paneling for like the school roof. They were like trying to undo it and like go through the roof or whatever. And they're all like fighting for a second over like why Hazel's really there. Because for some reason apparently that really freaking matters. So you know, it's like detention, get over yourselves, you know what I mean? Anyways, Ellie starts to spill why she's there, and Jimmy starts being an asshole to her for some reason, because you know, he wanted to defend Hazel when everybody was picking up. Anyways, so Sean starts to defend her mildly and says like, is yours any better? Like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, find your fucking spot and sit in it, you know what I'm saying? So apparently the boys are boysing, they're fighting, they're beefing for no reason, and yeah, so I don't know why everyone's getting like defensive about that, but they're trying to recreate the Breakfast Club moments. But anywho, they're, you know, still Degrassi coded. They then all start to say why each of them are there, and it's like a domino effect of like one person is there because of the other. Jimmy is there because of Toby. Toby is there because Jimmy had him do something. Like yada yada yada, and it's just like a whole silly like little thing. But we still are not in the know of why Hazel's there. She literally won't say. And Toby starts to roast her, saying it's because your shoes didn't match your purse, huh? Okay, like why are you so mad the girlies are trying to serve like high level like country? Anyways, Toby, chill. I don't know when or how or who let you become the fashion police, but you know, I if we want like advice on polos, we'll ask for it. Okay, thanks. Anyways, so Sean starts to build curiosity with how interesting he finds Ellie, especially why she has the rubber band around her wrist, okay? Cut to the most horrific shot of Principal Raditch, like, bussied out on the gym room floor. Like, I'm not even playing with you. He is bussied out, okay? Yeah, I don't know who okayed that shot, but that's funny. He's exercising, but at what cost to my vision? And you know, we activate like a little bit of an exercisation, like I can't even talk today, an exercise montage. Activate, okay? Hazel busts him in the act on the way to the restroom, and he explains that the workout, you know, it's just workouting. It's a Swiss ball. It's like the literal quote of the episode, I swear to God. But yeah, he goes from like full suit 80s vibe to like, you know, not 80s, full suit vibe to like 80s workout or Roblox is, you know, definitely in need of explanation. They then start to do truth or dare, and for some like weird ass reason, they're all saying their answers at the same time, but Hazel starts to hesitate for some moment and says truth, and And Ellie directs the question towards her about why she's there, and Hazel gets all worked up and dodges the question by changing her answer to dare. And strangely, Jimmy dares her to kiss Toby on the mouth for 10 seconds like she means it. Poor Toby. They don't have to like do him that hardcore, but anyways, you know, I know Toby's gonna love the kiss. I'm not saying poor Toby because like he has to kiss Hazel. No, Hazel's gorgeous, perfect. Like, I mean, Hazel's great, you know, she has her flaws just like everybody else, but that's not what I mean. They're just like always like, I don't know why, but they've just tried to make Toby like seem like he's just like a grotesque little like mutant. And don't get me wrong, he has his moments, but like, y'all need to chill the freak out, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's so hard for me to talk about this because it just makes me want to like cringe, you know what I mean? Oh my god. So they literally start to do like a seductive song, and they have Hazel like walk over, and I don't know who picked that song, by the way, because it was definitely a choice, that's for sure. And literally the way they cheered her on was absolutely so of its time. Let's just say that. And I like, it's the lip bite for me. Everything about it just
Satisfied?
makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
It's just so like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's one of those Degrassi moments, you know? Hazel gives him a big old juicy smooch, and the crowd goes kachuga, you know what I'm saying? They freak out. Everybody's like, oh my god, hey, learn to Mickey now, Tybee. Anyways, so we transition to Snake, and he's in the parking lot, and he's like unpacking his car, and he's like bringing stuff in to kind of unpack for the class or whatever, because he's been gone since he's had like his cancer diagnosis, so his chemo is starting to slow down, so he's able to come back and like, you know, teach and set up class and, you know, all that good shit. Toby starts to get really cocky and brags about scoring in more ways than one. And leans into Hazel and says, I can't wait to tell JT about this. She says, no you won't, implying she's embarrassed of him, even though it's a prank. And they literally, like, they dared her to do it. And he was just joking around. It was a bit pig-headish, don't get me wrong. No one's not saying that, but you know what I mean? It's okay. And what was even more interesting about that too is like Jimmy's the one that dared her. So Sean starts to have a back and forth with her about how superficial and rude she is. At this point, who is she to judge anyone? And why is she really even there? Jimmy tries to have Sean back off, but she gives in and she's like,
because I got caught surfing porn, okay? Got some spam in my email and I was curious.
Oh.
I look okay? And everyone's like, wait. Like, Hazel's a freak. Hold on, what's that? What's the tea? A room abrupts and room abrupts in laughter. Okay, like they're like, damn, we didn't know Hazel had it in her. Oh my god. Turns out Hazel had spam in her email and she just wanted to check it out. Okay, girl. You can tell and feel the room get more relaxed with her when she lets her guard down with them. And they also let her guard down with her. Alright, video over. We don't know how to talk. Bye. 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 Hate it here. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep like... Anyways. So, the boys play some hybrid version of tennis and like hockey dodgeball or something. I don't even know what to call it. the girlies are doing their own thing. Hazel is like doing her nails, and Ellie is, you know, being like hella studious in her notebook and like writing stuff down. Snake like bursts in and he like sees what they're doing, and he's like, what the hell, why are you guys even here? And he tells them that it's bad kid detention day, and they ask if he's coming back, and he says the chemo is going good, so for the most part, yes. And he pretty much missed them all so much, so he can't wait to come back, especially early. He pretends to see nobody and walks out. I swear, another one of Snake's wholesome moments before you know. Ellie and Sean eat together, and she gives him an extra Sammy. He asks her, why does she do that with the rubber band, and why does she cut? She tells him it's the only pain she could control, sadly. Poor girl. Poor Ellie. Ellie asks, what about you? Are the rumors about you true? And Sean says, what? The stealing rumors? Oh yeah, they're real. Want to know why? Because I'm stealing them. Okay, Jonkler. Okay, Jonkler. Okay. Seems like Ellie might be recording the detention session specifically with Sean on her tape recorder. For some reason, Ellie goes to another class to pretty much transcribe her conversation with Sean. So it's getting gaggy. It's getting gaggy. Raditch makes them all go to separate classrooms. Ellie doesn't want to be alone, so she like rallies Hazel up, and Hazel goes like super giddy on her, and she's like, you're pretty cool, Mrs. Nash. Girl. Ellie makes an all for one and one for all ass speech.
Want to get caught?
Live a little, Toby.
Do we really need Sean?
No one gets left behind, right?
LOL!
And it's about pretty much like leaving nobody behind. Like, babes, y'all are in the same hallway, adjacent classrooms. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? About to Paul Revere her shit. And he was a little whack too. If you know, you know. Her story, girl. Sean says he's not a joiner, and Jimmy says, yeah, well, next time you want to go steal something with Jay, why don't you think about that? Okay. Hazel says, come on, Ellie wants you to come. Ellie gets flustered by this, and Hazel's like, she's too down, you know what I mean? And especially Ellie being too down of all people. She's trying to get the inside scoop. She's trying to like get her crush on, and apparently Sean's down too, because he like licks his lips or whatever. So everybody's down for the meet cute, you know what I mean? The montage begins, and they find their way to the school basement, and they also find an elevator with some big ass padlock on it and some bolt cutters. So it's open season on that mother. Also, for some reason, Toby is he's like really scared of the elevator, and the crew like flames him for it. They then find some stairs, right? And they take it to the roof. And Toby has like apparently just finding this out as we're getting to the roof, right? He has like a severe fear of heights to the point where he can't even walk. Like, homie is crawling everywhere he goes, and everyone is ignoring him. Like, Ellie and Sean are having a moment, like Hazel and Jimmy are having a moment. Like, he's just like on all fours. So like I swear, Toby was an absolute afterthought for this, that is for sure. Jimmy finds a gold heart necklace, and Hazel talks about how pretty the ring is, and that since Jimmy found it, he should keep it. Girl logic 101, right? Jimmy says, nah, it would look way better on you. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, what is he gonna do with that? So, you know, Hazel gets all flustered and lets Jimmy put the necklace on her as she blushes, and she says, thanks. I really appreciate you standing up for me back there. Like, it was really cool. When they were having like their little argument, I guess, Sean or whatever, and Jimmy gives her like a big ol' like rooftop smoocheroonies, and she's like, what the heck was that for? And he's like, I don't know, I guess for making you kiss Toby. Young love. She screams, oh my gosh, I kissed Toby. It's genuinely not that serious. Y'all are acting like he's some like 626 ass experiment, it's okay. Honestly, justice for my boy, because it's really not that deep. Anyways, Sean makes a comment about how she carries that bag around with her everywhere she goes, and Allie's like, yeah, you know, psycho girls go places with their bag. I'm sorry, it's a bag. Where are we supposed to take it if not everywhere we go? You know what I mean? So he tells her how cute he thinks she is, and she flicks her rubber band, and he's saying, ooh, it looks like I got to you, huh? And tells him firmly no, and they lay in the rocks together. I'm not gonna lie, that response and back and forth was a little cringeola. Like, she's cutting herself, dude. Like, it's a little serious, homie, but you know, television. Yeah. So they lay in the rocks together, and Ellie shows him her wrist and all of her self-harm scars and asks, are you scared now? He runs his fingers over her cuts and holds her hands, and like pretty much indicating like, I know, I see, and I feel them, but I choose you. Super cute. With a little bit of cringe in there, you know what I mean? Poor Toby, looking like a baby deer on top of the roof, starts to crawl to the edge and throws rocks off from the top to see how far off of a drop is. And thankfully, it's not, so he can do a sigh of relief, you know what I mean? He sees Snake and Raditch walking out, and Snake giving the eerie warning of foreshadowing of how Raditch is running the school like a boot camp and treating the kids like they need to control them and discipline them is the only way that they can just get through to them. Oh, I didn't even know, like, I was choking myself out the whole time. My bad. Weird. And what's ironic about this whole situation too is this is the same principal that will have 2 people die under his like lead. So how many times do you have to warn this same man? Like, insert like how many times we have to tell you, old man meme right here, okay?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
Snake tells him life's too short for that. Raditch kind of sees Toby on the roof and runs to see where the kids are, and the classic hallway chase montage ensues. They need to beat the clock before he gets there. And they almost make it, but Jimmy drops the keys. And of course, hard-ass Raditch needs to tell them, like, you better fess up or it's gonna be a problem for y'all. Like, it's gonna be an issue. Like, 3 more weeks of detention, type B. And, you know, he feels his hard-assness radiating, so he tries to dial it back. And he's saying like, hey, just be honest with me, like, who done it, who done it, who is the problem, right? Toby says he did it, and they're all like shocked that he didn't freak out on him, and like Toby's like wearing that pride with a badge of honor, you know, not knowing that Mr. Raditch is not trying to be a hard ass. So you know, it's a little moment for Toby. It's a little win. Ellie wants to commemorate the moment by snapping a quick picture, and her tape recorder... Okay, when I tell you, I have to fast forward this part because it always makes me cringe. Ah!
Wait, I've got an instant camera in here somewhere for posterity.
Guess I got to.
Dream on.
You don't seem scared of me.
Nope. You don't seem freaked by me.
Nope.
Are you freaked now?
Why would you tape us like that?
It's for a TV piece for co-op. But I wasn't going to use any names.
It hits the floor and it starts to play the conversation she had with Sean. And when I say I leave my body every time the scene's on, I leave my body, okay? Everyone tells her how fucked up she is for that, and Sean takes the tape and smashes it to bits before storming off. Oh my god, like, the worst thing that could have happened with the new meet cute literally happened. Oh my god. Okay. fast forward to Monday morning, and Toby sees Jimmy and Hazel all booed up, and they go out of their way to greet him, and JT is like, what the hell happened on Saturday? Toby says, wouldn't you like to know? And then they see Sean, and then the same thing happens when he sees them. Ellie, as soon as she sees Sean and Sean sees Ellie, okay, try saying that 3 times fast. It's an instant mood change, and rightfully so. Ellie tells him how sorry she is for crossing those lines and boundaries, and that this is the other tape so he can smash it, and he throws it in the locker, and she starts to walk away. She's like, I kind of ruined my chances. I'm not a good friend, let alone whatever cross situation we had, it's out the window type B. And she says she's really sorry for crossing those boundaries, and ooh. So she does her sad girl little walk off, and he says, so you're not scared of me? And she's like, no, not at all. And they hold hands and look into each other's eyes and awkwardly smile. And that's how the episode ends, y'all. When I say this episode was not as bad as some people genuinely hate on it to be, and it is actually surprisingly a lot of relationships. That's so funny, sorry. There's a lot of relationship starts in the show, and I just think it's really, really interesting because I always forget that, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, there was a Breakfast Club Breakfast Club parody, and then Sean and Ellie, and then Hazel and Jimmy, you know what I mean? Also interesting lore that I wanted to share with the class. So the necklace that was found on top of the roof, I don't know if y'all caught on, but there was some weird emphasis on this necklace, and I never knew why. They never came back to it. They never foreshadowed anything. It wasn't anything in specifics, right? But when I was doing some digging, it turns out that it is from an older season. And if anybody thought that, kudos, hats off, because I'm in that boat with you, babes. But I found a picture and an excerpt of what's going on with why that necklace was even in the Degrassi verse or whatever. So apparently as class is dismissed, Kathleen is hella nervous. This is what somebody wrote. This is from someone's page, right? This is not my own quote. I'm gonna put everything up here so y'all can find the thing too, okay? As class is dismissed, Kathleen is hella nervous about getting a part in the school play, but Melanie reminds her that all the good parts go to seniors. Kathleen has high hopes though. I just noticed that she and Melanie dress like they're in the 1950s. What's up with that? Of course, Kathleen didn't make it either. She's totally distraught. Scott says that he didn't either, but says that they still have each other. He then bursts out the cheap dollar store necklace. Damn! Called out. Says that it's for their 1-month anniversary after he puts it on her, and says it's also to say sorry for him roughing her up. Brother! Jimmy did not... I wonder why it's on the roof then. Oh God, I wonder why it's on the roof. Ugh. Kathleen is so pathetic. She says, I did sort of deserve it. Miss Queen Bitch is all of a sudden submissive to him. Oh my God, that is crazy. I don't know any of the lore, any of the back things, so just reading that one little paragraph without any context, I'm with y'all. I'm confusion boots. We'll definitely start to review later on, the older episodes, because they got spicy, bitch. I don't even know if y'all know about the movie that, Joey, Jeremiah, and Caitlin Ryan, and all the, oh my God, my hoops look crazy, and all, the older generation, parents were in, and, it goes there, that's for sure. So that is crazy. And whoever wrote this excerpt, holy shit, did not hold back. Wild. And also another little bit of lore. Jimmy is supposed to be Andy, Toby is Brian, Hazel is Claire, Sean is Bender, and Ellie is Allison. So that's the Breakfast Club rundown of it all. And my thoughts on this episode, if I already haven't said it enough, genuinely, I really like it. I think it's super cute. We need more of it, and I really hope that they come out with new episodes or something. We need new Degrassi seasons, y'all. I know we got it almost, but then we got blueballed. Whole situation. But yeah, I really like this episode. I kind of don't know why everyone hates it so much. It's just, if you understand what's coming after this, genuinely what comes after this episode from this point on is just so crazy. And my camera died. Anyways, so I was just trying to give my thoughts on what I thought, obviously, because that's how thoughts work. But yeah, I like this episode. I think it's really cute. And if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. I'll link it down below. And as per usual, babies, mwah, I love ya. Bye. And cover the next one. Bye.